Girl, I'm a strong black woman. Girl, I left him, girl. I gave him back all his money, all his cars, all his shit. I gave him back all that shit, girl. He be calling me right now trying to get back with me, girl. I ain't with that shit. I said,
So you trying to tell me you gave him back all his shit? You ain't got nothing. You walked away with nothing.
Yeah, girl, I gave him back all that shit, girl. I ain't with that shit. Girl,
Girl, I ain't told you to do no shit like that. You done lost your motherfucking mind.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Victoria Balenciaga.
And I'm Mocha 3 Bad, and we are the Hair Gawds.
And you're in the Gawdess Lounge.
Hey, girl, hey.
Hey, what's up? What's going on?
Nothing much, actually. I think this quarantine is finally getting the best of me. I have realized that I've gone through a whole bottle of wine in like a day.
How long does it usually take you?
No, this is not like the regular size bottle. You know, like the jumbo size, like, bitch, you're going to be here for a while.
Yes.
It wasn't a while. It was gone pretty quick. But it usually takes me like a month to finish a big bottle of wine because I don't really drink. But these days, I don't know.
You got to pace yourself because what if they start to close down the liquor stores?
Well, Walmart's still open. I'll give me some Walmart
True,
wine.
yeah. It does the same job.
Right. It really does.
What's new with you?
Aside from that, I watched Insecure. Boring.
Super boring. Agreed.
No, Insecure was okay. I think that we just waited way too long for the storyline to have started off like that.
Yeah,
I don't want to give it don't want to really give it away, but shit, it's definitely been a few days by now. If you haven't watched it, you probably ain't. So
let me just tell you everything that happened.
So what happened was
no, it was just you would have. I don't know. I personally was expecting more. I actually kind of forgot what happened in the last episode. I don't know. I was confused. It took me. I had to try and watch it twice, and then I was able to watch it.
It was alright. Other than that, nothing much. I know the thing that has changed in my life. I've been having these super weird dreams. Like every night, I'm like in a robbery or a shootout. Like I'm setting it off or some shit.
Really?
Yes. I can't remember last night as clearly as I want to. I just know that wow, my dreams have been wild. Like unbelievably. And then what's so crazy is that I've noticed so many people online saying that their dreams have intensified so much since all this happened.
100%.
And someone's explanation for it was we have more free time. We're not using as much energy, so our brains are, doing more at night. I don't know. And it made a little bit of sense the way they put it, but I just want it to stop. I just want to go outside.
I had like a nightmare last week, like a really, really bad one. And then today I had a little midday nap, child. Midday, some light. And it was like what I dreamt, I thought I really did it. So when I woke up, like for example, I thought I had cleaned the kitchen before I went to sleep. But I guess I did it in my dreams. So when I woke up, I was like, what the hell? I thought I did this already. You know what I mean? It was weird.
Real wild that you're dreaming of washing dishes.
It was just so real. Everything was so real. But I don't know. That's just what's happening now. It's like our dreams are just all over the place.
Yeah, definitely been super wild dreams. I've also really have had too much time on my damn hands. I've read pretty much everything I can read and thought every thought that I can think. And I'm fried.
So now just having the wine and letting the days go by.
Yeah, I'm honestly, I'm just really over all of this. What the great news is that us American citizens have started getting the stimulus check.
I was just about to ask you, girl, did you get your stimulus check?
Girl, I ain't been stimulated, but they say that if you're supposed to get, well, everyone's supposed to get one supposedly.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll get one by mail next month. I'm not really worried about it just yet because sometimes it's better to have money later than now.
Yeah.
So it's more like, okay, it's a little bit of a blessing. I'd rather have the money guaranteed to have the money later than now when I don't really need it and then use it wrong. I don't know if that's responsible or just like that you can't be trusted with your own money. But that's really what's been going on. How are you Canadians holding up? What's going on? What are they doing?
We are getting, not everybody, but people that are laid off or out of work or anything like that, they are getting I think it's $2,000 check a month until this is over, I believe. Something like that. Everybody got like an increase to there's like this check that people get called the GST check. It's like a tax check. And let's say you usually get like $100. People ended up getting like $500 instead of getting $100. So I think we're okay over here.
Y'all accepting new members?
I feel like, it's funny. Like, I think that if you were across the border during this time, they should give you money because it's not like you can go home. You know what I mean? Unless they're letting you go home.
I wonder about that. It's just these days things are just so crazy. Imagine you just being there for school and then you don't have the money to go home, and then you do get the money to go home by getting one of these checks, or someone gives you money. Then you're just stuck there. That's scary. The world is, I don't know. I just know that there's just so many things going on in the world that won't be the same anymore. Like movie theaters, all that stuff is a thing of the past. But I don't know. I'm starting to feel like mind controlled at some, like, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but it's like, what if nothing was ever really wrong and we're just in our house and they're just outside?
I honestly believe that could quite possibly be what's going on, honestly.
Because like when you say someone has a virus, it's like it's invisible. Like, show me some shit that I can see. But I don't know. I'm just over it. But yeah.
It's like, what if they're hyping up not to say hyping up all the deaths, but like, what if they're increasing the deaths? How did you guys have so many, like, how can you so quickly say that all these people died of this particular virus? And what if it wasn't something else before then? I'm not saying people haven't died from it, but the numbers seem exaggerated to me.
And then it's like, out of nowhere, someone just coughed and then dun, dun, dun. Yeah, we're living in weird times. Weird times. I'm just personally so tired of going through fucking historical events in my life.
I've witnessed too many. It's true.
Child, my body is weary. I can't do it. I just want to be careless and irresponsible. But I do know one thing. It's definitely humbling all of us. It's getting us back to our roots, even if it's forcefully, but we're spending more time with family away. We're definitely putting in numbers online, but we are, home with our families. We're cooking more, just a little bit more of a slower, relaxed lifestyle. And I do appreciate that, but I'm over it.
It's so funny. I look at it a little differently. Like, you said we're spending a lot more time online. The great debate today, because every day is something new. I don't know if you saw people talking about this today. So stimulus checks dropped. And for some reason, people are trying to tell people what to do with their checks, who to give their checks to, who to pay back with their checks, who to lend money with their checks, and all that fucking jazz.
I definitely think that if you got a check, you do need to pay people the fuck back.
Immediately.
Okay? Especially me, goddammit. So if you're listening, it's my money and I need it now. Okay. Shit, I just got so frustrated.
Get my fucking money back if you're listening.
We gotta find where's my money? I need that. Remember Rick Ross. Rick Ross. He had a song called "Where's My Money." Yeah, we definitely have to plug that in here. Because, bitch, where is my money? It's been long enough.
Talk about it, sis. Is it okay?
But if you got a stimulus check, definitely take care of your priorities first. But this is definitely money that was not yours or expected. So if you owe somebody $100 per se, maybe you should give them that money before you do anything else. That would be the safe thing to do. No?
I probably, I would pay people back first before I do anything else.
No, I mean, I would get some grocery, pay my light bills, make sure that shit is covered, but definitely would be paying people back third, But, yeah, that's funny that you mentioned that, because that just really sparked a flame in me, because I've had an experience where I've loaned someone some money and I have yet to receive it back, but such is life.
You want to spill it or what?
No, I'm not gonna go there. I would prefer you Go ahead with your torch.
I will gladly take this. I don't know. Should I call out names? I'm about to call out names.
Call out some names, then, child.
No, but I'm the type
my
of person
mama need to give me back my shit too.
Ooh,
okay, I'm lying, Mom. I'm just kidding.
I'm the type to. I'm not opposed to lending out money to people, but I don't forget that I lend out money to people.
Who forgets that? Name one person. Name one nigga in the hood who play like that.
I don't know. I don't forget it, but for some reason they forget to pay me back.
They didn't forget. I mean? They just.
You don't think so?
I don't think. Have you ever forgotten that you need to pay someone
back?
No,
but people have different levels of integrity, bro.
No, I'm sorry. I've never borrowed. Well, I have never really borrowed money from anybody. I'm lying. If I borrow money from a man, I don't feel like I owe it back. Is that wrong?
Oh. Maybe it's wrong, but I agree.
What? Oh, we have some real ethical issues here. So you're saying that if a man, whether it's your brother, your dad, or your boyfriend, your husband, gives you money, you don't feel like you have to pay them back?
Because I'll tell you why. Oh. If I'm taking money from my brother or father or any father, I didn't ask to be put on this earth. Okay, number one.
What does your brother have to do with that, though?
With this situation, because you just said if you ask your brother. So said.
But what is? But you being put on this earth is he?
Oh no, that's not my reasoning for not giving back to my brother. My brother, I will tell you straight up, hey, I need $20 for this. I'm not giving it back to you. If you give it to me, you know I'm not giving it back to you. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't just say, oh, let me borrow it and not pay it back.
Oh, what a luxury to be able to call your brothers and ask them for anything. My family just ain't shit. I'm just sitting here thinking, I can't think of the last time. Jeez. That's funny. Okay, so what if it was your husband? Do you feel like
no?
Oh, well, can I finish my question? Shit. Give me back my throat. You know, it's real ghetto when you say throat. You can't say throat. So you don't think that if your husband lends you money that you are obligated to pay him back?
No, because I don't see him lending me money in what sense? Like, can you give me an example of how this would work?
You are expecting to receive a certain amount of money in a few days, and it's outside of you guys' budget to do something that you want to do.
Yes.
With y'all's money, and you tell him that, well, okay, I don't want to miss this such and such, but I'm going to dip into here and I'll pay you back for it in a few weeks.
I'm dipping into our money?
Yes.
Okay, then yes, I will pay it back because I said I was going to pay it back.
So if you just dip into it and don't say you're going to pay it back, then
then I'm not. No. Unless it's like money that we know we're not supposed to touch, then of course I'm obligated to put it back. But let's just say one day I forgot my debit card or something, and I'm telling you, hey, can you cash out me $20 for gas? Once again, I'm not giving that back.
Oh no, that's called restitution.
Absolutely. I'm not giving that back.
No, I don't think in that case, but I do feel like if you say I'm borrowing money from you, whether it's your husband.
Agreed.
Or whatever. If you're saying the word borrow, because even like with my dad, I always, Daddy, let me borrow $300. First of all, let me tell you about my dad. Sidebar. Okay. You know my daddy, but let me tell them about my daddy. Yeah. You have to aim high with my dad. If you need $50, you have to always start with like, Daddy, let me hold $400.
That's a little high.
Well, Trini, because he calls me Trini. I ain't got $400, but I got $100 for you. And then I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna come pick it up from you. I get to his house, he got $60 for me. Daddy,
what happened to the
damn? You already was short. Now you shot. But yeah, that's my dad. But if I borrow money from my dad, I do pay him back something. Am I gonna pay
why
him?
Something?
Because it's just like, Daddy, I tried, but I'm poor. Okay. I think that's toxic femininity, I think. But I definitely say that I'm going to pay back and I have intentions to pay back. But if I don't pay him, like if I borrow $300 and he actually does give me $300, I'll give him $2. And then I'll be like, oh, really, Daddy? You told me I ain't have to. You said you got me forever. Like I kind of guilt tripped him, but I know my dad has it, and I think honestly, as a man, I think my dad feels good that he's able to give me money when I ask.
Okay.
I really feel like like now that he's older and, he's not doing as much for his children, it makes him feel needed that I borrow money. So like, even when I don't really need money, I always ask my daddy for shit. Like, Daddy, let me borrow money for this, borrow money for that. And I really think it makes him feel good. And that's not even being funny. I really, really feel that way. But I try to pay him back.
You pay him back a little something, but never
a little something, just to wet his pockets.
Okay,
I do him the favor,
just to wet his pockets a little.
Yeah,
give a little drizzle.
A little something.
Okay, so would you say that you're different in circumstances of lending or borrowing money from friends than you are with family?
I don't have any experience with borrowing money from friends. I have been the borrowee, like how do I say that? Like the person who lends out the money.
The borrower?
No, because that's the person. Borrowee. Yeah. So the borrower is anyways, God damn it. I'm the person who has lended out money before. And I don't mind, as long as I know. I think you have to know who you're dealing with. Like, certain people, you just like, come on, what you thought? And then others is like, what you thought? Like, bitch, you knew, like, you're not getting that money back. But
so who's like, what type of characteristics do you look for in someone that you are willing to borrow money to?
They just have a strong ethical standard for themselves. Like, I know this person works hard. They never it's not something that they do often.
Yeah.
And they are completely humbled when asking, and they don't even want to ask, and they're going to make sure the moment they're going to stress that part, because people are always like, people who are serious about giving your money, they're going to stress the moment I get the money back. I promise you I'll get it back. And it's not even that you have to like beg, because I do think that sounds a little like, oh, I'm begging for the money, but like a sense of seriousness about the situation. What do you need money for? Are you being responsible? Like, oh, you're not going to ask me for $500 because you want to go see Trick Daddy live. No.
Why can't I ask you that?
Because, bitch, you're not. You're really not. Because you should know that I have bills too. That's just not like a morally sound decision. Like, if that's something that you're willing to borrow money for, you can't be serious about paying it back. Because, like, Trick Daddy, not even saying it's Trick Daddy, but like something entertainment purposes.
Yeah. So for me personally, I feel like one of the things, tell me if this is weird or not.
It's weird.
I
know,
if you're asking me to borrow money,
weird.
No, I promise you it's not. If you ask me to borrow money, one thing that like I look for in you asking is a repayment date. If you don't tell me when you're gonna pay me back, like if you say to me, okay, Rachel, let me borrow $300. Like if this was in person, I'm gonna stare at you like,
until when?
When am I getting this back? You know what I mean?
The thing is, I don't like putting that pressure on people, because if you need the money, even when you have the money, you still need it. Like, people don't borrow money because they don't have $50. They borrow money because they don't have $200. So they really just need $50 to get that done, but they still don't have any money. So I try not to put dates on when people need to borrow it. Like, I appreciate them saying, hey, I get paid in 2 weeks. Can I borrow $100 until then? I appreciate that way more than not telling me anything. But
that's what I'm saying.
But for me to put a date on it, or for me to have them stick to a steady date, I try not to do that. Just a time frame, yes.
If you say to me, let me borrow $300, I'm not going to ask you for a date or anything like that. But someone who comes to me and says, hey, can I borrow $300? I get paid in 2 weeks, or I'm starting a job, I'm probably not going to get paid for 4 weeks. I'll give it to you. I'll return it around then. Because at the same, how you said before, you have bills, and people that ask you know you have bills. Right. You know what I mean? That's the only thing. Like, someone that comes to me like that is more likely to get it than someone that says, can I have $300? Or let me borrow $300. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree, because I mean, they have a need, a goal, and a plan. So I understand, but I try, especially because I guess I'm not going to just lend anybody money. If my best friend needs his money, then hey, I understand you have kids, life happens. You need $50. You don't really need $50. You really need $200 because you have to still get through the week. You still have to eat. You still have to, I don't expect you to not do those things and pay me back at the same time. But I do want you to treat my money like it's a priority. The one thing I can't stand, though, when somebody owe you money and then get mad that they owe you money. Like, bitch, please be humble about owing me money the same way you was when you was around here knocking on the door for it.
I can honestly say I don't think I've ever I've witnessed it. I don't think I've personally experienced that before. And if they were mad, I didn't know.
Okay, even if they weren't mad, they got missing. Like, y'all seen Tony?
Because Tony got my fucking money.
He owed me $20 and a pair of pants.
But what's with that? What is with that?
Because
why do people get mad?
Because they don't have it back, or give me my fucking money, dog. I'm not, and then you go to the store, you pull up on Tony ass. He got 3 hot sausages at the cash register. Tony, you know damn well you owe me my money. I'm gonna come around there tomorrow. No, you come around there today.
You're gonna give me my fucking money today. You know what though? How do you feel about if someone owes you the money, right? And let's just say, I know you said you'd prefer a time frame, but let's say the time frame was March. I'll pay you back in March. No, sorry, it's March right now. No, it's April. Hot damn. Let's say they say I'm gonna pay you back in June, right? June passes, July passes, it's now August.
Okay, let's take it back a step. Who asked me for money?
Someone that you trusted enough to lend it to you.
I need you to be more specific because each title does require there's a different response.
So let's say it is a close friend.
Okay. And
they ask you for $500. They ask you for it today. They said they're going to pay you back in June. It is now August and you still haven't gotten your money. They don't mention it.
Are they online living their best life?
No, they're not online living their best life. However, they are tagged in people's posts.
So they done blocked you from the post of them living your best
life. Yes, they're not posting on their page.
That's when I become Jackie O and say, hello, can I speak to Rochelle? I'm the bitch that's been all over your voicemail. I think I say that like every episode. I'm just so tired of myself. No, the thing is, I don't feel like I should ever have to ask for my money. The moment that I have to ask for my money, my temperature is boiling. You ever been mad and behind your ears get a little warm? If I have to ask for my money, behind my ears are getting warm, and I just start to see it. Like it goes from being like white clear, and then it goes pink, and then it goes red. Like, bitch, give me my fucking money. And that's that. But 2 months. Do they have children? Can I identify real life issues? Like, okay, so let's just say somebody owes me $500 and I know that they're supposed to give it to me and they've given me maybe 100 out of it. And they're like, they gave me, if they borrowed in what did you say, June? And then in the middle of June, they gave me back $100 and they say, hey, I'm still working on it. I know I told you I'd give it back to you in a few weeks. Okay, cool. But then in August, they get in a car accident. I kind of expect a little bit of a delay because I know you have, of course, you still have a life to live and you borrowed the money because you needed it. If you had this money tree in your backyard, I would be less inclined to be, understanding because now I feel like, oh, you have another source to get it, but you don't. So I understand, but it just depends. Communication is what's important.
But sis didn't get into an accident though.
Huh?
With my hypothetical situation, there's no accident or anything.
No, because I was gonna spin a block on that one. Let me finish.
Spin a block.
Let me finish this. Like, if I can see that your life has real unforeseen circumstances and you're just having a streak of bad luck, and that's why you haven't paid me back my money, as a friend, I can be understanding for a certain amount of time. But even if you're only sending me $20 at a time, send me something. Let me know that it's on your mind, on your heart, and that you're not just around here, taking care of everybody else's business, but what we have going on.
Yeah.
And now on the other hand, if sis is living her best life on Facebook, starting a new business, and doing all this and ain't paying me my $100, I mean, what was the price? I got lost. and ain't paid and hasn't paid me my $500, then it's like, hold on, you're doing well for yourself. Obviously, you're doing new ventures and you're trying new things. So you need to give me my money. And that's when I'm gonna spend the block for real, because now I feel like you robbed me, you stole from me, and who?
So you would reach out to the person and say something?
Reach out and touch somebody, neighbor.
Give me my fucking money, neighbor.
Yes. Shit. Damn it. I just don't know why people do that. If you know you owe somebody, how could you just like? How does your karma? I mean, well, why don't you worry about your karma? Like, damn, I gotta pay these people back. Because number one, you should be. Who are you to burn fucking bridges? Like, if you didn't have $500 and you found someone, do you know how hard it is to ask anybody for $500? Do you know how hard it is to find people who actually have $500 to lend
that they could lend you? Yeah.
So to burn that bridge, you got to be a real dumb or brave person, or you are a straight up thief. I don't know.
Quite honestly, I want to say that I would say, hey, where's my money, bitch? But I probably wouldn't. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, you know what? Let's take a quick commercial, and then we'll come back to this because I got some more shit to say. When we decided to start our podcast, we really wanted something that was fun and easy and user-friendly for our listeners. So the Anchor app has been a blessing. We can do literally everything here. We record, we edit, we upload everything right here on the Anchor app. It's super, super easy to use and super user-friendly. I strongly recommend you guys download the Anchor app by going to your app store and typing in Anchor, and you'll see it pop right up. It's literally been a blessing to us. It's the best thing that we have for podcasting and sharing our podcast. So you guys be sure to do that. Anchor app. All right, shout out to our sponsors. All right, so Rach, you were saying that you probably wouldn't say anything if the person owed you money and you ran up on them.
Yes. Well, I probably wouldn't run up on it. Depends on who it is. Like if it's a friend, quote unquote, because if you don't pay me back my money, you're not my friend, in my opinion.
Right.
But if it's a friend, I probably wouldn't say anything. Like the only thing I probably would say is, may that money you have not repaid me cause you to die 1,000 deaths, and then I probably would never speak to them again.
Even if it's family?
Family's a little different.
What are the stipulations with family?
Family, if they ask me for money, I ask straight up, am I getting paid back or not? And if they're like, I'm going to see what I can do or whatever, but if they said they are going to pay me back and they don't, I have no problem harassing family for my money. That's fucked up, right?
What are your methods of harassment here?
I'll probably call you and be like, hello, how are you? You're good. Cause you have to have your manners first, and you good. Okay. I'm good too. Blah, blah, blah. What day is it today?
What day is today?
I don't know. It's Wednesday. Wednesday the what? It's Wednesday, blah, blah, blah. You said you were going to give me my money, 3 months ago.
I just do not find comfort in asking any fucking body, whether it's my rabbi, my mom, my veterinarian. I don't care. Give me my fucking money, because you knew the same way you asked with a sense of urgency, pay me back with a sense of urgency. Treat my shit like as if I was the rent man, if I was the light bill person. Treat my money the same way you do when you owe them.
You know why I think we feel so passionately about this?
Because the bitch owe me some money right now.
No. Because we don't do this to people. You know what I mean?
Right. I guess. And this is why I don't borrow. I don't borrow money because I don't like to feel that I owe someone something. Exactly. I can't sleep at night. I can't eat at Ruth Chris. I can't do anything because now I'm like, damn, I owe this person. Like, even if it's an amount that I know that I can't pay back, that won't stop me from eating at Ruth Chris. Like, if I owe somebody $1,000, now I can't fucking eat a $40 steak, because then now it's like, ooh, I'm living too well. like I'm a slave to this person. I don't. I that's why I don't borrow money. That's exactly why I don't.
9 times out of 10, I'm willing to prostitute myself for it. Not that I do it, but I'm just like I have to find a way.
You said 9 times out of 10, so that's kind of like you know.
Just throwing out numbers. How about you though? So when family, same thing, no matter what.
I ain't giving a bitch shit. Family, foe, friend. They've burnt all the bridges.
So you don't think family doesn't tug at your heartstrings a little bit more than the average Joe?
No, like when you say family, it's subjective. I do feel like some people can ask me for money that I love like family, but we're not related. But then there's some people who related, gave birth to me, and can't ask me for shit. So I don't know. It really just depends, because I'm not giving. I'm not going to say I'm not giving anybody anything, because I will definitely loan money to my friends. And that's the thing, is like my friends and family are like intertwined. I don't call you my friend if you're not my family. Okay. And it's like, if you are my friend and you really need money for your children's end of the year trip, or, rent came and your check was held up or your bank account got compromised, I can help. I really can. But if you're my family, I kind of don't expect it back already. But I need you to say your true intentions on borrowing or keeping my money. Because if you tell me you're going to borrow it, I expect you to pay it back. So
absolutely,
that's just really it. If you're going to be a borrower, be a repayer to me. That's it.
So what if you have like a friend who is unemployed and
I don't have unemployed friends.
Oh,
no. I hold myself to a different standard, and we don't. No, I'm just kidding. I mean,
well, Lottie, you freaking dumb.
You mean a friend who becomes unemployed?
Yeah. So, and you're, whenever you are free for lunch on a day, you guys go out to lunch and all that stuff, and then it comes to a point where you are always paying for lunch.
I don't mind that.
Okay, so do you consider that something that needs to be repaid or not repaid?
No, I don't. I would never expect for that to be repaid. I do expect that when that person is employed and is doing better for themselves, that they would do the same things for me.
I was just about to get there.
That's really
let's just say they weren't.
When they weren't doing it for me, like, then you learn how to treat people very fast. I'm not going to say treat people how they treat you, because that's not. I don't think that statement is fair for anybody. You treat people how you are. And if that person can't meet you on your standard, then just don't be with them. If I had a friend who would see me constantly, like, then that means you're a user. You don't care anything about me. You just hang out with me. You affiliate yourself with me for my benefits, because it's not a fair exchange of anything. And I always have this thing that I say, equal and fair don't have to be the same thing. We don't have to equally have, split anything that we've done down to half. If we go out to lunch 10 times and I paid for it 7, I don't care. I don't care if we've had $3,000 worth of dinners on my tab. But if we, those 3 times where you can pay for the $30 tab and you want to, waiter, let's split the check. Okay. Yeah. Then I know from here on out, if I do go somewhere with you, we're splitting checks. And if you don't have it, then you can't go, because I'm not going to foot your half. But 100%. I don't hang out with people like that. I learned my lesson very, very, very quickly when it comes to those type of people. Those type of people would actually, those aren't friends. Those are the type of people who will see you suffering and walk right past you.
They'll tell you, "Oh man, that's fucked up.
Damn, that's messed up." All right, then, boy. No. Those are the type of people who deserve to be in your life, not my life. I don't,
Definitely not friends. Yeah. Definitely not friends.
Yeah, I don't know. When it comes to money, I'm always really skeptical on how I loan money out. But I do know, like, the rule of thumb for me is don't loan out anything that I can't afford to lose, because no matter what, you have no control over someone paying you back. That's just for sure. You can loan out money with the intentions, with the promises, with a contract that they're going to pay you back. And sometimes it just doesn't happen. So I don't know.
My mother taught me at a very young age the same thing about not loaning out what you can't afford to loan out, but she used the concept of if someone asks you for $5, you better have 15. Whereas my father said, if somebody asks you for $5, you better have 20. And yet, and still, here I am, 32 years old, and niggas is out here owing me money. So I just don't know.
I have a question, and I probably should have asked this earlier when we were talking relationships.
Mm-hmm.
I have two questions, really.
Yeah.
I don't know if I already asked you this, but I do have a question about asking your spouse for permission when loaning out money, because you're married. So
yes,
from a married person's perspective, if you wanted to loan me $1,000 because you believed in some crazy idea, because you know I always got an idea, and you believed in it, and you just knew that I would give it back because I'm that type of person, do you have to ask your husband for permission to loan me the money? And what if he says no?
I don't ask him. I would tell him. Like, I would let it wouldn't be a secret. You know what I mean? I wouldn't do it behind his back. But is it my money or is it the pot?
So do you think that couples should have separate bank accounts, is what you're suggesting?
So women, listen up. I had a dream that that I was married and my husband and I had a joint account, and then like somehow I also had my own account.
But does he have his own account in this dream?
In the dream, I don't recall him having his own account. No.
Okay, continue.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on that dream?
In your own account, how do you fund this account if all of your money is going to a steady account that is joint in your dream?
Oh, in the joint one?
No, because if you have in your dream, if you have a joint account where you guys' money are both jointly going into, how are you funding this personal account that you should have for yourself in your dream?
Okay. So then this is another dream. One time, you know when you go to the grocery store and you're given a certain allotment for groceries. I believe most times when given to a man, he will probably spend exactly what it is on the list and get everything, because they're so precise when they go and do the groceries or whatever. We have our ways of saving money and cutting corners.
Who is we? Because who is this we?
By we, I'm speaking on behalf of my gender. I am a woman.
No, don't speak on, because I'm a woman too, and
you don't know how to cut corners when you're grocery shopping?
I do know how to save money. Yes, I do. But where you're going, I'm not sure if I follow. So please continue. Let me make sure.
Okay, no problem. So things like that, you start to just accumulate change and things of such nature, and so with that money, you put it away.
So are you telling me that if your husband gave you $100 in your dream, and you went grocery shopping, and you find a way to get everything on your list, but then it only came up to $72, you're not going to give him back his change?
No,
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah. My mama told me.
I was just about to. You stole my line.
Don't give a nigga back no change.
Okay.
But
and that's exactly what I tell her son. So. Because she taught me the same shit. She said, don't give him your change back.
Yeah, I agree in that, but I wouldn't say that I'm going so far as to putting it in a whole nother account for a rainy day, but I'm not giving back no change. And I do believe in, I'm not married, obviously. We know my history by now. I'm sick of speaking of it. But I'm not married, but I do believe that there should be a joint account, and I do believe that both parties should have a separate account. And I do think that all the money should go into the joint account, but we should all have a allowance out of the pot, and then you can do whatever you want with it in your account. And knowing me, I'm going to save all of my money. And if you want to go buy a PlayStation 4, if you want to go buy an ATV, whatever, I can't tell you yes or no, because it's your money. But when it comes to my money, if I decide to save it, put down an investment in something, and it comes up to be 3 times as amount, that's my money. You don't know anything about it. It's not your business.
So let me ask you the same question. You're borrowing me money in the hypothetical situation that you are married at this point. Do you tell your spouse?
It depends on how,
or ask for permission.
Depends on how much money it is, and if it's coming from our account, yes, I'm going to let him know.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's coming from my account and it's $40, no, it's none of his damn business.
If it's $500,
if it's $500 and it's from my account, I would probably mention it, and I would mention that it's from my account. But
you're not asking,
I'm
right?
I'm not asking anybody. I'm grown. I can't.
I'm glad we're in agreement.
I just don't feel like anyone should get in a relationship where they can't still be in a friend to their friends, a family member to their family member, or a fucking human being to another human being.
Absolutely.
Without permission. That's weird to me. But
as long as everybody knows what's going on, like this is what's being done.
Oh, I'll be, hey, you need what? Okay, Rachel, if I give you this $500, I need my money back, and then I hang up. Hey, I'm about to loan Rachel this money from where? Not yours. Shit. And then that's it.
He already irritated you.
My hypothetical husband be asking too many damn questions. I get so irritated. But yeah, I would go about it that way, where it's mentioned, it's said, but if it's money that I have to borrow from our account, then I would have to definitely talk to him, and we'd have to come up with a real payback method from you. Because it's not my money. It's me borrowing money.
So then in a situation like that, you would want to know, okay, this is when you're getting it back.
Yeah, because now what you don't pay for, I have to pay for.
Yes.
So if you owe my husband and I $700 and you're only able to give me back $400 until whenever, but I told him that we were going to give it back on October 1st and now it's November 13th, then I have to put that money in, because that's only fair. He didn't borrow. You're not his person. You're my person. So.
And to me, this exact situation, which actually happens quite often, not in my marriage, but I just hear a lot of stories. I think that when people do that and they don't pay you back when they say they were going to, then they're playing with your fucking marriage. I don't know if I'm being dramatic.
But to some extent, but it just depends on how much money it is. Because if it's $100, like, I really hope your marriage can stand firm on $100. But
I don't know, child.
Like you said, I done seen some shit.
Okay.
But hopefully your marriage can stand strong on the having or not having $100 or $500. But then, like, when it comes to if me letting you borrow money is causing strife in my marriage, then now you got to shoot me the fade.
100%.
Got it. I don't know. I never had to take my earrings off about my money, but rule of thumb is to me to, I guess, come to some type of conclusion. I don't lend out what I can't afford to lose.
Agreed.
That is the rule of thumb when lending out money. I don't really have a borrower's rule of thumb, but I would just say if you owe somebody money and you have to pay them first above any and everything, because at the end of the day, you're burning bridges, you're setting a reputation for yourself, and your karma depends on how you treat other people. And you also don't want to be the topic of a conversation or a podcast.
Okay. Well, Judge Mathis always says, the good Judge Mathis.
You a crackhead.
He always says. Yeah. Your crackhead self. He always says that you should implement some type of written agreement. I think that's awkward, but yeah, I mean, that's a tip that you could use when you're borrowing out money to anybody. But then you'd have to be willing to sue them.
But then suing them is just more money, isn't it?
Exactly. So, I don't know.
I know. Well, my advice is don't ask me for shit. It won't be no shit.
And I concur 100%.
And if you ask me for some shit, give back my shit. It won't be no shit.
And honestly, I'm just going to pick up my phone and say, I ain't got it. So.
Times are hard. I ain't get stimulated.
If you say that one more time today.
I'm so fucking sad. Child, let me call my baby daddy. I'm totally just kidding. But yeah, this is cool. I guess we're gonna call this bitch better have my money.
Okay.
Because bitch better. Okay. Anyways, drops mic. Thank you for joining us in the Gawdess Lounge.
We're going to drop a picture of this podcast on our social media, so be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram, The Hair Gawds. And if you're a woman, you can join our group, the Gawdess Lounge. Leave your comments and your feedback so that next week we can include you guys in our segment and let us know how we're doing.